So I've been caught up in that executive dysfunction, unable to do it. Well, yesterday, to get it done, I called them up and I said, the only way I'm going to get this done is if I come out there and do the paperwork there.
I had been standing in the shadows for hours, rubbing the stubble on my chin and asking myself what had been in that syringe I had injected myself with.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey smokes, it's going to be a rough start later on. 9 o'clock, I have therapy. It's online therapy, so I have to be here for when my therapist connects. 9 o'clock, I also have to be available because we have a repairman coming by to look at our sink. So at 9 o'clock, I need to be here, and I could also be having to let the guy in through the front door. So, it's wonderful. It's a day. Yesterday, as well, was quite a weird day, and I'm going to talk about that. After, of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you like what you hear and see, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you like what you hear and see and you haven't subscribed, if you could, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that would be indeed double plus good. And, of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally beautiful people who are, did I say that right? Who are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. I was stumbling over my tongue this morning. Without these people's help, I and my pets would be hosed like Christmas monkeys. And trust me, being hosed like a Christmas monkey is not the way that you want to be hosed. So thank you. And if you would like to become a patron, I have links to my Patreon in the video description. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's links to a PayPal where you could send some cash to help me out if you would like. And if you wouldn't like to do that, there's an Amazon wish list link with stuff like cat food on it. And of course, I also have a post office box where if you wanted to send me anything from postcards and keychains to whatever you could think of, that is open and available. I will be opening anything anybody sends me here on camera. Yay, front loading of videos over. Oh, thumbs up for that. So yeah, I have, as I've mentioned, horrible executive dysfunction where it is hard to do things sometimes. I have had for the past 2 weeks the paperwork to do charity care for the hospital so that the bill that I incurred in May doesn't go to collections. Now, technically, I don't really have to worry about this. My credit rating is shot. I mean, if I have anything above 0, I'd be amazed. So I'm never going to need credit. And as I'm on disability, the only people that can actually take any money out of my paycheck is money that I owe to the government. So I could have everything in the world sent to collections and it wouldn't matter. But I don't want to do that. So I've been caught up in that executive dysfunction, unable to do it. Well, yesterday, to get it done, I called them up and I said, the only way I'm going to get this done is if I come out there and do the paperwork there. So I walked to the hospital at like 2 o'clock, right around in that time period, so that they could help me actually fill out the paperwork so I could get it done. So I got back, because I went to the store afterward, at about 5:30. So most of my afternoon was used up doing that. But at least by getting up, walking to the hospital, going to the business office, and having them help me fill out the charity care paperwork, I actually got something done. So thumbs up for that. Past that, of course, I had the rest of the day to myself, and then last night, oh my God, I went absolutely insane. I did not take my ADHD meds, but I got caught doing so much big, heavy stuff. I went downstairs and I started cleaning parts of the bathroom. On top of that, I went and, you have to change the sheets on your bed, but I have to move stuff to get to my bed. I went and did that. This is all like 10 o'clock I start doing this at night, where I'm washing my clothes, I'm cleaning the bathroom, I'm moving stuff around in my bedroom, I'm getting stuff in here. It's after midnight before I'm done and able to get to bed. I'm not usually manic. I was pretty bloody manic last night, And on top of that, it was like 1 o'clock before I could get to sleep. And I woke up around 4. So I got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep last night. And I'm still feeling wired right now. I don't like this. I don't know if it's the Wellbutrin or just sometimes I do occasionally get mildly manic, and it's not usually for more than like a day, but it's very rare, but it does happen. So hopefully this is gonna wear off. So fun on that. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff moved around and fixed up, and it was just boy vey. But at least I got my exercise in. I did a full walkies. I just did it early in the day. So thumbs up on that. I did talk yesterday about how I wanted to show the N64 that I have. It's not just purple. I don't know how well you can see this through the camera. It's transparent purple. You can see the parts on the inside through the plastic. I mean, it's gotten cloudy through age, you know, so you can't see through it as clearly. And it's pretty filthy. All of my stuff that I own has a layer of dust on it. I can't dust everything as regularly as you quote-unquote should. And it's hard to actually keep up with the spiders, because I change this stuff here and I dig through things, and then I came in like yesterday and there were spider webs all over the fronts of the discs back there already. So yay on that. I don't mind spiders anymore. I've talked about this a lot. I am not arachnophobic anymore. I used to be horribly arachnophobic. When I was younger, a teenager, and I had to mow our lawns, I couldn't even mow into the trees safely because spiders like to live in trees. Spiders would be underneath trees, therefore I can't go underneath trees because there are spiders there. I had to really be careful mowing underneath trees. It was just me being neurotic about it, but I was that arachnophobic. And now I'm not. I think it's nice when there are spiders in the room. There was a gigantic wolf spider once in the bathroom not that long ago. Huge! That would have just killed me a couple years ago. As it was, the only thing that bothered me was it was up high, and spiders, while not altogether clumsy, do fall. And I didn't want it to fall anywhere near me. So I just poked at it until it went down back behind the toilet where I couldn't see it anymore, and then I was fine. That was fine. I just didn't want it to fall on me. The other night, when I was going out walkies, every time I went near something like a post or a tree or a fence, I would have to pull the webs off because it was a little windy, and spiders put out trailers of web if they want to go flying or if they're trying to make stuff and it's windy. So I was constantly getting caught up with webbing, and then coming in through the door, I got web across my face, and I was just laughing. I went, "Oh, you silly goose." And the thing is, of course, we may look upon it as, oh, a silly little critter. For them, of course, it's life and death. I mean, there is no time for much beyond just survival in anything's life other than ours. And so my tearing down a web by walking through it is wiping out a lot of their survival stuff. But for me, it's just, oh, you silly goose. So yeah, I was coated in spider webs the other night, and I didn't mind. Well, I mean, the only time I did mind is like if I get a web across my eyes, so get in my eyelashes, and I've actually gotten where it went between my eyelashes and across my eyeballs. So that's been fun. It's like, thread across my eyes. So, but still, I thought it was amusing to talk about. Past couple weeks, we've had some gangly leg spiders down in my bathroom, and then one time, they just all vanished. They're all gone. It makes me sad. They're spiders, of course, you just can't see them, but thumbs up for that. Past that, I've just been trying to play video games. I played some last night. I have not played Ghosts of Tsushima again. I need to. I have not played Grim Dawn yet again. I need to. I must have been caught up in that whole Manic ADHD stuff last night, because what I did play for a short period of time was the game Block Story, which is like a poor person's version of Minecraft. I like a lot of Block's story. I've played it over the years, and some parts of it have changed for the worse, some parts for the better. It's primarily a mobile game, and it's also, there's a PC version of it. I don't know how many people are working on it. I think it's a Russian game primarily, so the devs are, well, not necessarily Russian, but Eastern European, like that. So I don't know the country, but I don't. Anyway, point being that there's a lot of mobile stuff in it, like it's a little hand for the pointer thing, like it would be, and every time you click in on a daily basis, there's a daily reward, and you collect diamonds as you're doing things, and you can spend diamonds to buy things or to increase your stats, and you can buy diamonds. So yeah, it's got its mobile roots if you want to pay money. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. You're not paywalled out of anything, and that is very, very good. And I like the world generation. One of the reasons I like Minecraft a lot is because with the procedural generation, it comes up with some amazing things, and I'm glad they finally came out with a caves update, because that's what I've loved about Block's story, is it's had a primarily hollow world. They took out one of the underground areas, and I hate that. It used to be like you could find mountains that were hollow with this entire level that they've removed, and then you could go from there downward, down into the lower depths of everything. And it's the procedural generation is kind of infinite. You can go downward onto a level, and then you can go further downward onto another one, and you can just keep going down. There's more, and each level is infinite in size. Same thing going upward. You keep going up, there's other sky levels with sky oceans. Then you go up further, there's another one. You go up further, there's another one. It's amazing that way, but it's fun in a light and fluffy sort of way. So I did do some of that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what little creative stuff I've been able to think of these past couple days, because I'm still riding a feeling not depressed and feeling depressed at the same time wave. So thank God I had therapy today. And of course, I would like to thank you if you've watched this far. It is greatly appreciated. I don't know how many people watch this far. I know it's not many compared. You take a look at the analytics, and most people, 90% of the audience drops off after 3 minutes. So if you're one of those 10% that watches further, thank you so very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. This isn't a me thing. This is a YouTube thing. This even happens to people like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. After 3 minutes, you lose 90% of your audience. Yay. But with the I can speak English. Creative stuff. Yes, I'm currently fixated on the cryptid part of the whole setting. I am still also thinking of what happens on the inside, on the razor's edge, and all of these connections. I'm still thinking of the kaiju. I've got all this stuff that I'm working on. It's just that the bulk of my thinking is going into the cryptid part of this. It had started off so sparse and empty until my creativity just went, on a subconscious level, just went, I bet it's not. And I've just been following it since then. I can't direct my creativity. I've tried to do that my whole life, and it's never worked. Following my creativity after giving it a push, and then just seeing what it comes up with, that's worked. I wish it could be faster, but I suffered from a lot of, I'm aneurotypical, so at least it works anyway. Yay. But I've talked about the main character, Jerry Brighthammer. He's the person that one day at about 27 years old, his cryptic vision, his third eye opens, his vision clears, and he sees the world as it really is. And it takes like 3 days before his cryptid sense to go from 50 up to 100, smack against the needle, and then struggle to keep going before it finally gives up. He's got the maxed out human amount of cryptid vision. His third eye is open wide. Now, at first, he was wondering if he was ever going to stop feeling the way he feels. He feels like he's taken 3 hits of acid. If he's not concentrating, if he's just sitting back, everything is wibbly wobbly, moving, tracers smearing, and sounds just amazing and feels good, and it's easy to just get lost in everything. This is just his normal senses, plus that 10% more, plus a little bit more because he has so strong a cryptid vision. When he really concentrates, he can bring it down to, it's like he's just on 2 hits of acid, and then when he really needs to, he can focus and bring it down to like he's only on 1. But otherwise, it's like, you go, hey, Jerry, and he's like, yeah, oh, yeah, I was just thinking. So, he's living a life like that. He does not feel fear. He's too stoned to be frightened, and he realizes that he should be terrified of what's going on. He has lived a life before his cryptic vision turned up of just, he never had any highs or lows. His grandparents are still alive. His parents are still alive. He's never suffered any tragedies. He's never had any great highs. There have been no triumphs, no great failures. He has just coasted through life. And then his cryptid vision suddenly triggers. He's had enough exposure to something that those genes express, and boy, do they ever. And it's this fellow who has decided after some time that even though there's no way he can reintegrate back into human society, most people's vision clears up and they stop feeling like they're on drugs after at least a week. Jerry's never going to stop feeling like this because his needle's just maxed out. So he's happy. And he's not in any real danger because I've mentioned, I think it was yesterday, how 51% of his body is extra-universal sensory organs, interpretive brain structures, and contextual brain structures, and just 49% of his body is this meat. And those parts of him that are working overtime are always working. Even if his conscious eyes and conscious brain are just zoned out, everything else is working. And with all of those, they watch everything. All the cryptid stuff, all the normal stuff, feeds it straight into his subconscious. A lot of the time when he's in a really dangerous situation, he doesn't even have to try and figure out what to do. He'll just be wandering and then make a turn all of a sudden, and then where he left from, wham! That's where the thing falls down. Every part of his non-human senses are watching and influencing him so that he doesn't die. And he is loving life, even though it's very, very violent and frightening. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, well, call my Chrome. And we have Tomato. Thank you very much. The Horror Files, greatly appreciated. And I do like that brutality mod for Doom. It's very cool. JAYY. Well, let's see. I did the Irish accent for you yesterday. Well, let's see if, I'm hoping that I can do my Liverpool accent now for you. Well, that's like 3 accents in 3 days. You had mentioned before that you thought it was amazing that I could do a Scottish accent. So now here's the 3rd one. Okay, we also have Jesse Koskinen. Always good to see you in the comments, my friend. We have None. Thumbs up and thank you. Sir Borkington. I really like the name. And oh, hooky smokes. This latest batch of maps are very confusing. And we have Xenon Seth. Thumbs up and thank you. Adrian. Always good to see you in the comments. Definitely a thumbs up. Ben B. Greatly appreciated and good to see you as well. And that is it. 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short period of time. It is appreciated. to no end. Thumbs up. And of course, thank you again toward the end of this for having watched this far. If you were one of those very few that watched this far, it is appreciated to no end. Nobody's forcing you to watch. You do anyway. Thumbs up and thank you. I'm going to try and get some stuff done after I have therapy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do so because therapy days are always rough. And if everything I'm going to be talking about today, oy vey. So get done what you can get done. Don't beat yourself up if you can't. You're just going to make yourself feel bad and it's not going to help you do better. If you can't do things, go into survival mode. And of course, with the pandemic still raging and more evidence coming out that the long covfefe after you've gotten better is debilitating for so many people, and even those that aren't debilitated, long-lasting effects. Long-lasting effects. Please, be smart, be safe, take precautions. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.